Hey, what's up, y'all? We back at it, man. I want to talk about a little bit about relationships, but mainly this misperception and lack of understanding when it comes to men, and men not so much gravitating to women with a lot of money or who are very successful. There's been a few videos put out there of a lot of independent women who would claim that a lot of men are intimidated by them. Their money, but mainly they're saying they're intimidated by their intellect. So, in other words, men are intimidated by intelligent women or educated women. And I want to add my 2 cents to that because I think that's not accurate. I think the issue is the women with the money and that are highly intelligent, they don't realize that they are attracting the ignorant men. The men who aren't intellectual, so to speak. They're probably more doers than thinkers. And some women mistakenly assume that the reason why they always single and why they can't find a good man or a man in general is because men are intimidated by their intellect. But the main key issue is not only they are attracting the wrong men and they're assuming that these guys should be educated enough or at least intellectual enough and conscious enough to be able to coexist with her and understand her. What a lot of these women don't understand is educated men don't have the time or patience for some of these women, some of these so-called independent, successful women. Because the biggest issue that even independent women have, or women with a lot of money have, is their lack of appreciation for anything. Durant, what do you mean? Well, no matter how much a woman can have or get, receive, purchase for herself, whatever it is, whether it's been given to her or whether she's actually buying it herself, women get over something really fast, especially material-wise. You know, it's like when you're a kid, toys. You get a new toy, now you're looking for the next toy after you already got the toy that you wanted. In a way, on an adult level, women aren't like that. Also, not only women aren't very appreciative for very long, but women complain too much as well. Even the successful women will find something to complain about. Women will find something to trigger their man about, or to at least be upset about when it comes to their man. And one thing I can say is this: no matter what pay grade, what scale, no matter what financial scale men in this world are in, whatever bracket they're in, all men can agree to one thing: we want peace. All men want their peace. Men do not want to come home and be stressed out from their partner, the woman that's supposed to be helping compliment him. And when I say compliment him, I'm not talking about giving him a compliment, being like a good compliment to him. A good counterpart. There's not too much of that going on these days. It's most of the time it's a lot of women. If there was an experiment being done and it was like, not so much hidden camera, but if everything was on camera and you could see it, a lot of times women, whether they're conscious of it or not, do a whole lot of complaining and be extra a lot of times. A lot of dramatic, over-the-top, unnecessary stuff that women be on. Now, I get it. It's what's going on internally with a woman. And I'm not saying all women, but you be lying, we would be in denial of truth if we're not at least admitting that. A lot of times women are battling their own personal demons inside. Their emotions are up and down, up and down, up and down. Their hormones are up and down. Their feelings are up and down. Because women have even no matter what a woman says in regards to a man, they can try to say a man is insecure about something. But women have way higher insecurities and way more insecurities than men do. So if men aren't getting their piece, if men are being annoyed and you're complaining too much, running off at the mouth too much, gossiping too much, and being ungrateful too much, men are not going to be into you. It don't matter what pay grade it is. So I don't care what your finances are. I don't care how good you look. You could be the baddest woman alive. Once you start annoying him and you start showing ugly sides of you, if you ain't really as beautiful as you are on the outside as on the inside, a man's going to detach from you after a while. Sometimes men make mistakes and they'll cheat on you, but still try to hold on to you because they don't want to lose you. When they should really just break it off, because they should already tell themselves, like, look, man, we're just not compatible. I can't make her happy, and I am not going to be cutting my lifespan short because I'm stressing myself out trying to please this woman. So I think a lot of times women don't want to look at within themselves and understand that, it's some things they got to work on. It's some things that it's not always a man that's the problem. Sometimes some of these women can be a problem with their mentality, their emotions, and their entitlement. It is clearly double standards in this world. And even though a lot of women try to act like patriarchy is still, it still exists, but it's not affecting men. It's not affecting women as much as it's affecting men. I don't see women being incarcerated for taking, and when it comes to the children, I don't see too many women being put on child support. There's a lot of men that make really good money and can, and are actually equipped to be able to raise the children, on their own. I got a lot of homeboys that got custody of their kids. I don't have any kids, but there's a lot of homeboys that got custody of their kids, and they do a great job. Got sons and daughters, but the system is more favoring the women. So patriarchy is not just handicapping women now. It's really affecting the men of these times today. Patriarchy was probably beneficial to men in the old times, not in these times. I don't know what world y'all living in. Y'all tweaking if you think men have it better than women right now. Especially men that are not rich or wealthy. We're talking about just in general. On a regular scale, women have the advantage on that. And I'm not throwing shade at that, but when it comes to relationships, we got to be truthful about the things, the malfunction and the disconnect between some men and some women. And it's insulting when I see these videos of these women feeling themselves and really that egotistical and narcissistic to think that the only reason why they can't keep a man, because it's one thing to be able to get a man, but can you keep a man? The only reason why these women justify why they can't keep a man is because they think they're not up to the intellectual standard of them. They feel like men aren't as educated as them and aren't as intelligent as them. But it's a really dumb thing to say, because both men and women are capable of being just as educated and intelligent, but the difference between a man and a woman is men are logical thinkers. Women are emotional. Women react, think, and even speak, not all the time, but a lot of times based on their emotions, especially when it comes to a relationship. Men don't do that. Men have emotional moments where they'll lose their cool, but overall, men are logical. So for a woman to say, oh man, I can't keep a man because these men are not up on my level. They're not educated enough. No, you're playing yourself. You're lying to yourself. And you're trying to make an excuse for why you're really truly miserable inside and why you're truly unhappy. But I think until women work on themselves, work on healing inside, and work on being their man's peace and not his stress, you will never keep a man. I don't care who you are. You can lie to yourself and say, who the hell this nigga think he is saying that? What he got going on? He probably saying that because of this. That's a typical reaction when a man speaks truth about a woman. But real talk, most of these women out here will not be able to keep a man consistently until they change their attitude, change their mentality, and change how they treat their man. If he's your partner and you want to coexist as one together, act like it. But don't be mad at your man when he gets tired of your mess, because he'll find somebody else. Be easy.